What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the BS Show. I hope everybody has a great weekend, but I wanted to talk about a few things, and number one is the UFC schedule for ESPN. For those of you who don't know, the UFC signed a deal with ESPN, so now the ESPN is going to be showing a lot of their fights, which is awesome. This gives UFC a lot more exposure. That gives you a broader channel to view from, I guess, if that makes sense, since the ESPN shows all the other sports. So now the UFC has signed with ESPN, and if you look at their schedule, I have it all the way through June. I don't know if maybe after that they don't have anything, but this is what I found, and it looks like they're going to be showing pretty much a fight a week all the way to June. So we're looking at 3 to 4 fights a month with the pay-per-views sprinkled in there, and in my opinion, that is awesome. Like I said, it gives the UFC a lot more broad of exposure to get more eyes on the sport, so that's never a bad thing. So that's a good deal for the UFC. Also, Dana White was quoted by saying, if everything goes right, Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov could be fighting in 2019. Personally, I do not like this idea. I do not think Conor McGregor deserves a rematch. I think that the days of giving Conor McGregor an instant rematch because he's the money train and the cash cow should be over. I don't think he won that fight in any stretch of the imagination of any round. Obviously, Khabib won the fight, but what I'm saying is I don't think Conor McGregor did anything in that fight to deserve a rematch. He got beaten every round. The only round you could possibly make an argument for is the third round, because he started standing up and landing some strikes, which I don't think he even won that round. I thought it was a mauling by Khabib. So, I don't think Conor deserves a rematch, but once again, Dana White has proven that it's all about money and it's not about the rankings, which traditionally, the number one contender should get that spot, which leads me to moving who I think deserves the fight, who has 11 straight victories in the UFC, which he has beat all the who's who in this division, and that is Tony Ferguson. I mean, how many times are we going to pass this guy over for a title shot? This guy not only has 11 straight victories, but some of the guys within those 11 straight victories that he's beaten include Danny Castillo, Josh Thompson, Edson Barboza, Rafael Dos Anjos, or RDA, Kevin Lee, and then most recently Anthony Pettis. So not only does this dude have 11 straight victories, he's literally beat 4, 5, 6 of the top dudes in that division that are still great fighters. Anthony Pettis is still great. Kevin Lee is still great. Rafael Dos Anjos is still great. Edson Barboza is still great. And all of those guys could be title challengers, and he's beaten them all. And he's beaten them all in great dramatic fashion. And I just don't understand, how are we not giving this dude a title shot? He got hurt. He won the interim belt. He got hurt. Dana White stripped him of his belt, or he had to relinquish it, however you want to word it. And then whenever he's healthy again, they give the fight to Conor McGregor. And now, even now with Tony Ferguson healthy, Dana White saying that I could see Conor McGregor and Khabib rematch in 2019. What the hell is going on with Dana White? Why? Why is Conor McGregor deserving of a rematch? I don't think in any way, shape, or form is Conor McGregor worthy of a rematch. Now, you want to put Conor McGregor against a Kevin Lee, an RDA, an Edson Barboza, and Anthony Pettis, and then give Conor McGregor and the winner of Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov, you make that fight? Okay, I can see that. But at least give Tony Ferguson the opportunity to fight and get his belt back. Because not only has Tony Ferguson got amazing stand-up, he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he trains under Eddie Bravo, and this guy is a freaking animal. Whenever he does a fight camp, he builds all of his own stuff. Eddie Bravo said on the Joe Rogan podcast that he'll go in the mountains or go away to get away for his fight camp, and he'll build all of his own equipment because he is that into this. He wants to be the champion. He wants to be the best, and I think he deserves that shot. So I hope that Tony Ferguson gets a shot at Khabib, and then whatever happens, happens. But we need to get out of this mindset of, well, Conor McGregor lost. Let's just give him another rematch for the belt. Like, come on, make the guy earn his stripes just like everybody else in the UFC has. That's only fair. That's what the rankings are there for, right? So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and let me know in the comments below who you think deserves a title shot if you do not agree with me that it should be Tony Ferguson. Have a good weekend once again, and thanks for tuning in.